everyone. Hi everyone. With already 2.5 hours
Please.
as I travel for 21 hours.
I'm Cathay Pacific.
I'm going to take you along as I travel. I'm gonna go find another seat. Starving, but I see my gate 41. So this is not exactly the best seat, but welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Nicole and I'm gonna take you along in a 21-hour flight to the US. So this video isn't the most accurate because 2.5 hours have actually elapsed since I started traveling. And let me explain. We have to back up. For any international trip, my Filipino parents insist I be at the airport at least 3 hours early. But 3 hours before my flight, I was still stuck in heavy traffic thanks to an accident just a few kilometers away from the airport. I finally made it, only to be greeted by a broken air conditioner. Already sweaty from rushing, I barely had breakfast and debated grabbing a quick coffee and snack. After what felt like a never-ending walk, I reached my gate, tucked away at the farthest end of the airport. It was cramped, crowded, and still had no air conditioning. At this point, the heat was giving me a headache and vlogging properly was almost impossible. We finally boarded, but the plane was just as hot inside. To make things worse, my charger wasn't working and we were delayed for an hour, just sitting there, fanning ourselves. I tried watching Heretic, but the screen was too dark for the bright cabin, so I gave up and switched to sleep music. The plane finally took off. I woke up for the in-flight meal, but had completely lost my appetite. We landed in Hong Kong for my connecting flight. It was my first time taking this route, and I wanted to vlog, but my next gate wasn't assigned yet, so I sat down to rest. Finally, I moved to find a better seat, and now you're all caught up. So I am here, waiting around. I don't know exactly what I'm supposed to show you guys. I guess I can show you guys what I usually bring for all my flights to the US. So first I have, of course, my passport book. I have 2 passports here, one for my visa and one for my updated passport. My skincare bag here, which is probably what's making my bag so bulky. I have my moisturizers, some cream for my face wash, some face mask, a few makeup, and a small medicine pouch, which is super essential when I'm traveling. A Salinase nasal spray. On my last flight, my nose were clogged, and as the plane was landing, I woke up from my nap because of extreme pain from both ears, and it turned out they were ear barotrauma. According to my ENT, I was lucky. My eardrums didn't really rupture, but if I stayed any longer, the eardrums could have ruptured and I could have lost my hearing for a long time. But fortunately, I took some antibiotics and after a week, my hearing came back. I have my AirPods, which is super duper essential. I have this cute little pouch, which is for my bathroom essentials: toothbrush, toothpaste, a soap, a tampon, and this little comfort balm from Human Nature, just in case I get dizzy. Power bank, because whenever you're traveling, I'm always using my phone, and so that's why it's always dying. Of course, I have my phone with me. Shades from my sunnies, like multicolored pens, which the same one I use in my hospital work. I have sanitary wipes as well, and very important, my travel documents. I never go to the US without preparing printed out documents. I go through Boston Airport, which is essentially probably the strictest airport in the US. So I always have documents prepared in case I get questioned for my travel purposes. I have my sanitizer, some eye mask. I think that's pretty much it. My bag is so full, it's barely closing. That's pretty much it for my travel essentials. I'm just setting up because I'm about to have my therapy in a few minutes. I know it's weird to have therapy in the airport, but it was scheduled that day and I make sure I always go to my therapy sessions. After 4 hours of layover in Hong Kong, I'm finally boarding my 15-hour flight to Boston. I used to be so worried about flying for thousands of miles alone. Like, what if I get scammed? What if I lose my passport and can't enter the country I'm supposed to go to? What if the plane leaves me behind and I get stuck in an unknown country? But I guess growing up means realizing that if those things do happen, I'll be just fine. I'll figure it out. Seven hours have passed since we took off. I woke up from my sleep because the flight was super turbulent. This must have been the most turbulent flight I have been in so far. We are somewhere over the Atlantic Ocean and it's morning outside, but the cabin is clearly being regulated to be nighttime. Okay, because I couldn't sleep, I started researching on why it's so turbulent and I learned something. Apparently, there's this thing called the jet stream, which is basically a supercharged wind highway in the sky. And planes love using it because it's like hitting a turbo mode, making flights faster and more fuel efficient. Think of the jet stream like a river in the sky. If a plane flies into a rough patch, it's like hitting whitewater rapids. And where is one of the roughest parts? Right over the Pacific, where my flight crosses. Anyway, I'm just killing time. I'm just trying to find ways to keep myself busy because there's still 7 hours of flight time to go, and I don't know if I can fall asleep again. Okay, we are about an hour away from landing, so it's time for a quick in-flight skincare refresh. I've been trying out some new La Roche-Posay products and honestly, my skin is thriving in midair. First up, the Effaclar Micro Peeling Wash. It's been really gentle on my face, even with all this recycled airplane air. I love how it gives me that clean, smooth feeling without stripping my skin. Next is the Effaclar Duo Plus. This one's for my hyperpigmentation. I've only been using it a few days, but it's already helping calm down some of my stubborn spots. And now the star of the show, Cicaplast V5 Moisturizer. This one's my favorite. It's super light, non-sticky, and honestly kept my skin hydrated the entire flight. Lastly, just a bit of Sephora Lip Plumper Gloss to bring some life back to my lips. And we are ready to land in Boston.
For the weather at the moment in Boston is a fine night with cabin crew 30 minutes to landing. Thank you.
Baggage, loose items, and larger devices, such as store arrivals and cross checks, please. Thank you.
Hi! Yay! I got random checked. Yay, ready! I'm finally back in Boston. It has been a long and quite chaotic 21-hour flight, but I'm so happy to be here. Boston feels like my second home. I know it's been quite short, but thank you for sticking around. The next coming weeks will be very exciting and life changing, so I hope you guys could still come along. See you guys in the next vlogs. Bye!